is now less than 24 hours to the signing of a peace deal between the M23 rebel leaders and the DRC government to end the 20-month rebellion. The M23 rebels are now seeking for a political solution rather than a military one after they were beaten in combat this week. The much-anticipated peace deal follows an announcement in the wake of last week by the M23 rebels that they were laying down arms after an onslaught by the Congolese army backed by the SADC Force Intervention Brigade. But international analysts say the laydown of arms by the M23 rebels shouldn't be perceived as a complete defeat of the M23 rebels.
It's impossible to say for sure, but I would point to two things. One is the terrain. This is a very thickly forested area, very hilly, and therefore small groups of people can melt away very, very easily and reform. And the second thing is that they have been supported by Rwanda, so many of the troops could possibly just come over the border to Rwanda and be secure there, because the UN and the Congolese army won't come across that border and regroup on that side of the border. So I wouldn't say for sure this is over.
I agree with Richard that they may melt away and they will not be militarily defeated.
U.S. former Secretary of State and U.S. Foreign Diplomat on African Affairs Herman Cohen says U.S. pressure on Rwanda over its alleged support to the M23 rebels played a significant role in the laydown of arms by the M23 rebels.
Rwanda has decided to stop supporting them because they received a very strong signal from the United States that enough is enough and there must be peace brought to that part of the world. The U.S. stopped all military aid to Rwanda. That is a very strong signal of disapproval. So I believe Rwanda is stopping their support. M23 will lose its ability to hold territory and the Congolese sovereignty will be restored.
The way I will know that Rwanda is serious about actually being a stakeholder peace and stop supporting rebel groups will be for Rwanda to turn over some of the sanctioned individuals they have in Rwanda. You know, the M23 fighters crossed the border. Last year we have hundreds of them who have received asylum.
Over the years, Rwanda and Uganda have been mentioned of funding and arming different rebel groups in the Congo, but the two countries have always denied reports associating them to aiding conflict in the Congo.
Motives of Rwanda and Uganda are in the region. For a long time they argued that they had to be in there and have a role there because groups that were former genocidaires in Rwanda and also anti-Museveni groups from Uganda were operating there.
You look at all of the public statements by American officials, including Ambassador Susan Rice at the UN. Until very recently, nobody has mentioned Rwanda as the sponsor of M23, but they did mention it. The new U.S. ambassador, Senator Feingold, has been very vigorous.
In spite of this inside detailing why the Congo war has taken long to end, latest developments indicate that leaders of the M23 rebel group in the DRC are pleading with Ugandan President Museveni to keep rebel soldiers that fled into his country safe, as some analysts say their indictment would end impunity. A rapid advance of the DRC government forces over the M23 rebel fighters in the last few weeks has seen the rebel outfit force driven from towns and cornered in the steppe forested hills along the Ugandan border, raising the prospect of an end to a 20-month rebellion that has gripped Congo's mineral-rich eastern region. Timothy Bassi, DR Television, Kampala.